drama, the sound, the looks, the everything. It was perfect. Just perfect. But now it seems like it's all turned to shit. Good morning, beautiful people on the internet. I hope you're having a good day, a fantastic day. I hope your day is much better than mine, because mine has so far been tragic. My bad day kind of didn't start today. It started yesterday when Verstappen and all of his shenanigans over in the press conference came to light. And from that second, I thought to myself, oh my days, this sport has turned soft. Like, what? What? It used to be ferocious. It used to be darn cool. It used to be actually sick. But now it's kind of turned into a bitch fest. Keep my language to I'd keep it kind of stable. But today, no. Kind of a protest. And honestly, that has well and truly triggered me. So, now of course, I'm going to start with the incident that brought this to my attention, that brought this to light. And that was Verstappen in the press conference saying the F word.
And as I went into qualifying, I knew the car was fucked. So let's watch our language going forward.
Saying, ooh, how spicy, how cool. You're such a bad person for saying that. He said the Red Bull is fucked. And let's be real, it is. He is spitting straight facts, straight truth. He is spitting bars. If he was a rapper, everybody would be glorifying him for being like, whoa, those are good lyrics and not lies. Because I think anybody on the grid, even the Red Bull people in the team, can finally say that that Red Bull is washed and fucked. And it really is grinding my gears that this is even a conversation about this everything. Like, hello? Are you, what? Now, maybe if Verstappen was over-exaggerating in the way he was describing the Red Bull, describing the team, and describing everything around it, then I would look at this situation a tiny bit differently. I'd be like, yeah, maybe you are in the wrong for slandering your own team. However, if we look at the scale of descriptive words to describe how bad something is, I think that the word fucked is right at the top, in the top echelons, S tier category. And I think the way to describe Red Bull is fucked. Use the correct word, and there shouldn't be any second glances at it.
Max Verstappen wins for Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen.
Let's take a step back to Bahrain. I like talking about Bahrain a lot. I've talked about it a lot because it proves the point of Verstappen's making, that everybody's making. In Bahrain, Verstappen won the race by over 20 seconds. Now, it wasn't by over 20 seconds to, say, a Mercedes or a Ferrari or a McLaren. It was by 20 seconds to Sergio Perez, who also had another massive gap to the person behind him, Carlos Sainz. So, dominance upon dominance, and that car has trickled down to it being questioned, is it the second fastest? Is it the third fastest? Is it the fourth fastest? To now, is it even in the top four? I'm not sure. I'm spitting bars now as well. Now, if Verstappen came out and said this, say, in Miami when he lost the race, keep in mind he has pretty much won every single race up until thereon and finished 1-2 with Sergio Perez from the start of the season to Miami. If he went in Miami and said, the car's kind of fucked, then I'd be like, are you crazy? You're winning every single race. Deal with it. Come on, don't slander your team. Big up your boys. However, now, I think it's well and truly justified. Like, it's a word. I'm so baffled that this is even a thing. Like, now, if Sergio Perez is back to getting knocked out of Q2, if an amazing day for Verstappen in qualifying is qualifying in P2, and that is like Medal of Honor status for Verstappen, then well and truly, the car is fucked. Well and truly, the Red Bull team is fucked. And, like, the word fucked, like as Verstappen said everyone hears it, everyone uses it. Say a child hears that word, I guarantee you their parents at home or whoever says that word at least 5 times during the day. Everybody hears it, it's not that big of a deal. I don't understand. It's a word. If you strap a mic up to a football player, a hockey player, anybody in the world, I guarantee you they're going to be saying words like that and even worse at each other every single second of the game. How? I'm playing F1 2024 and I can't help myself but call certain people absolute for being and killing everybody, dive bombing people down into turn 1 and taking out my front wing. Do you know how infuriating that is in a game? And when this guy's playing with his life on the line, championship on the line, so many things on the line, what, you expect him just to sit in his little cockpit with his teddy bear in his hands and just accept his fate of not winning the championship? Well and truly, he's standing on business and saying what he's thinking. I don't know why he wouldn't, and I don't know why this is even coming to light. The sport has turned. Now, I don't think it's just this incident of the sport turning to shit. I think it's been happening for a while. You look back a couple years to Kimi Raikkonen when he was taking a shit, and Pele was handing out an award, and that was laughed at. That was like, ha ha ha, so funny. But then Verstappen says it, and it's like, oh dear. Oh no.
So let's watch our language going forward.
What?
You can't say that. You look back at James Hunt, smoking and drinking before every race with 2 models beside him. When he won a championship, when he won a race, we all know what he did after.
Big balls.
Don't deny it, and it was glorified on the television. But now Verstappen saying the F word in a press conference. Are you dumb? But now when Verstappen tries to perfectly describe the situation at the team, keep in mind, these reporters are bombarding him with questions upon questions, which, let's be real, they're all the same. They all, half of them, don't make any sense, and they're just trying to get a headline for their little press news, little bullshit thing that nobody cares about, and just people, you know, clickbait and blah blah blah. It gets annoying. Someone asks me a question twice, and I'm literally knife out about to... It's annoying, but him trying to keep his cool in front of everybody, like it gets to your head. Everybody asking you the same question every week. What's happening at Red Bull? Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Is Sergio Perez performing? Are you washed? What's happening? Why did Adrian Newey leave? What about Christian Horner? Oh, what about Daniel Ricciardo? The same questions every single second. And it's the same when back in the day he was like, if I get another question, I might headbutt someone. Valid. It's valid. Now, if at the start of 2023, Lando went out to say, yeah, we're pretty much fucked. We're lost in the championship. The season is, well, the car is fucked. I'd be like, yeah, no, you're right. And it unfucked itself, and now it's leading the constructors. Whereas Red Bull started off well. And now it's fucked. It's just set in stone. That's what it is. My bro is literally getting community service, jail time for saying something. Like, he's gonna be the next Dominic Purcell, Lincoln Burrows, on prison break trying to escape from the electric chair. Because that's what the FIA, Formula 1, is gonna strap up to him if he swears one more time. When they swear in the cockpit, it's all fine. They bleep it out. But in press conferences, like, come on, you can do the exact same thing. It's not that big of a deal. Last year, Red Bull had the most dominant car. They were the fastest in the straight line, fastest with DRS, fastest around slow speed, medium speed, high speed corners. Everywhere, they were the fastest. But now, we go to Baku and Williams, who are known to be the fastest in the straight line. Were not only faster than the faster car of the Red Bulls, aka Sergio Perez, in the straight line, they were also faster in the castle section, in that entire sector, the twisty, tiny sector. Williams were faster. And Williams being faster than a Red Bull? Ooh, what? And it's not just the Verstappen, you can't say the F word that I think has turned the sport soft. I think there's so many more things that have turned the sport soft. Recently, I was at the gym, and out of nowhere, I was doing my lat pull downs, and I thought to myself, do you know what I need for this little set? True story. I literally said to myself, I want to hear the Lotus from the 2010s, and I put it on, and I absolutely smiled the entire time I did that. I was enjoying life, and getting rid of those... Getting rid of those and having little shitboxes that you see in 1.2 Vauxhall Corsas or Polos. That's what's in Formula 1 engines. And the sound of people in Spa listening to the race start. They can hear the race start. They know exactly when lights go out at Eau Rouge. That is like a couple kilometers down the track. Now, they don't even know when the cars are passing them. You could fall asleep at the track because the cars are so quiet. It's so loud that this is normal, 0 decibels, and then this, I've had to turn this down all the way to -20 for it to be somewhat bearable.
Who was that? Oh my God! Oh my God!
Alors que Carlos Sainz a déjà quelques longueurs d'avance, c'est passé pour tout le monde. Au niveau du virage d'Aston, j'ai l'impression que Verstappen a déjà...
Back in the day, when I first started to watch the sport, I loved Alonso. I loved him in the Ferrari. I loved him in the McLaren, in the blah blah blah, so and so forth. But what really took me back was especially those Ferrari days. I was like competent enough to understand what's going on, and competent enough to be taken back every single time I watched that red car go around the track. I sat there in front of the TV, mouth to the floor, drooling like a little dog, because I was taken back and by the sound, by the danger, by the speed. It was impressive to me, but I feel like now it's all been lost. There is no sound. The cars are heavy, they're not nimble. It's no longer dangerous. Now, I don't want harm to any other drivers. I want it to be as safe as possible. But the cars are no longer nimble. It's no longer like, what's going to happen? It's no longer that coolness. It's no longer, when I was younger, my heart used to be pounding for them, like absolute goosebumps hearing the cars go round the track. And that's just been lost. I don't know whether that's just me. I don't know whether I've just grown up. But I feel like I haven't, and I feel like everyone's experiencing the same exact thing. The thing that I most enjoy at race weekends is when Formula 1 posts old races where I could absolutely enjoy the cars. I watched the Singapore 2010 Grand Prix, and oh my god, my heart was pounding, and I knew the result. I knew what was going to happen, and still, I was... Back in the day, the cars were ferocious, they were loud, they were... on the edge. There wasn't real friendships on the grid. It was just like hard fought, elbows out battles, literally fist fights. Alonso, Raikkonen, all just, oh my days, Grosjean. I miss the Grosjeans of the sport. And now everyone's just all friendly. They're like, yeah, you can pass me here, you can do this and that, don't worry, I'll concede the place. When Oscar goes to dive bomb Lando Norris, it's looked at, oh my god, that was dangerous. That was a sick ass move. Now, McLaren probably should have done something about it, but still, pay respects where respects are due. It's like you want to get more into the Formula 1 restrictiveness and what you can't do. Back in the day, you could pull off some crazy moves. Back in the day, championships were won by crashes. Back in the day, you could do so much. So much. Now, Kevin Magnussen sends a little dive bomb on somebody in Monza and gets a race ban. If it worked, it would have been a great move. but he got it slightly wrong. If you're saying that people can't overtake, otherwise they're going to get a 5-second penalty every single time they attempt it, a race ban every single time they attempt something, then I don't know what's going on. The Formula 1 are literally restricting everything. The words you're saying, how you can develop the car, they're restricting where you can overtake, how you can overtake, what you can do. Can you brake? Can you not? Can you accelerate? Can you not? And if you do something wrong, 5-second penalty for Esteban Ocon, race ban for Kevin Magnussen. It's all pathetic. It's too restrictive, and it's no longer that cool factor anymore. What used to be cool, in my opinion, was you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know who was going to bin it, where's going to bin it, whether there's going to be a tangle. The tangles were always... They used to add something to the race. But now, because of the tyres, because of this, because of that, it's too risky. No one does it. Now, I'm not saying that certain things shouldn't be punished. Of course they should be. Like that Roman Grosjean incident in Spa in Turn 1. Should have been punished. Was punished. Well done, that was a good punishment. But I feel like now, it's getting too restrictive. Nobody can do anything, and it's just all a bit bland. But at the same time, I feel like people are getting too scared to do certain things in this sport because of the punishment. I feel like what attracted me to the sport, as well as many others who started watching it ages ago, was the beating heart rate of your own heart rate whilst watching the sport. Not knowing who was going to win, who was going to crash, whether they'd be okay after the crash. You felt for the drivers. You felt a connection. You felt like there was something there. Now, it's all a bit different, in my opinion. I no longer get that feeling. I no longer get that rush of, I don't know, you have to have the feeling. And I guess, if you think that I missed anything out, if you disagree or agree with my takes, put them down in the comments, because I want to know if it's just me who feels this way, or is it just the vast general population? Because I feel this way very strongly, and I have for a long while. Let me know down in the comments and watch it there, subscribe and like. Don't know why you wouldn't. Have a safe, fantastic rest of your day. Don't die. Peace.